In this video, we will introduce dynamic routing. Dynamic routing describes the capability of a system through which routes are characterized by their destination to alter the path that the route takes through the system in response to changing conditions. Step 1. Creating new dynamic routing. Go to this section by clicking on Routing, Dynamic Routing. The main window of this section will appear with a list of available dynamic routings. Click on Create New button to add new dynamic routing. There are many fields in this form. Field name is used to input name of routing. The next is routing rule. There are 3 types of routing rule. The first is largest average call duration. For this rule, the trunk which has the largest average call duration will be given priority. The second is largest answer seizure ratio. For this rule, the trunk which has the largest answer seizure ratio will be given priority. The final is least cost routing. For this rule, the route which has the least cost will be given priority. Time profile field is used to set the range time when the route will be worked. You can configure the time profile under Switch Time Profile. The fourth is QoS cycle. This field is used to set the cycle time for QoS tasks which will run. Click on Add Egress button to add more egress trunk. Select Carries and Trunk Name from drop-down list. You can click on Delete icon to remove egress trunk. Finally, click on Save icon to add new dynamic routing. The new dynamic routing will appear on the list. You can use the search function to filter routings. Click on the plus icon to view details of dynamic routing. This column is used to display the limit of calls per second on trunk. The next column is limit of call on trunk. Usage column is used to show the total of routing plans using dynamic routing. You can see all routing plans by clicking on the number in this column. Updated at is the last date time when the routing was updated. Updated by is the last account who updated the routing. Step 2. Configuring the QoS parameter. To configure the QoS parameter, click on this icon. The QoS parameter page will be displayed. It will block the vendor that does not meet the QoS requirement. You can also filter data by some fields on this page such as ASR range and ACD range. You can modify the display mode by using Page Row button, Show Hide Column button and Navigation bar. Click Back button to go to Dynamic Routing page. Step 3. Configuring Trunk Priority. Click on this icon to go to Trunk Priority page. This page allows you to set priority of trunk. The call will go through trunk with higher priority. Set parameter, click on Save icon to add new. You can also filter data by some fields on this page such as egress trunk name, priority range. Select trunk priority and click on Delete Selected button to remove trunk priority. Click Back button to go to Dynamic Routing page. Step 4. Configuring Override. Click on this icon to go to the Override page. This page is used to configure the percentage of calls over each route or vendor. We can select egress and the maximum percentage of total calls over them, either for the code or prefix or for all the calls going through on the route. You can also filter data by some fields on this page such as egress trunk name and percentage range. Click Back button to go to Dynamic Routing page. Other keys in the action columns are Edit, Delete and Download the details of route. To delete multiple dynamic routings, select all the routings you want to delete, then click on Delete Selected.